Okay, what else was there? I'm gonna look through my notes here. Mr. Pickup Van. Yeah, we did the van, Coupe Sedan. Oh, Hot Rod's the last one. For Hot Rod, which one should we do? Quite a few. All of them are down here. We'll do the Sundown Coupe first. I haven't been looking at the descriptions, but as you can see, this one, you have a different type of engine. The panels of the hood have been removed, and you got some different tires here, and these rear tires are a lot more thicker than the other ones there. I think it's the same deal for the front ones as well. Now, controlling a vehicle like this, boy, feels like you want to drift with it, but drifting this type of vehicle would be really tough. and I don't know about you, but I would be terrified to drive a vehicle that is like this, especially when the steering is a hot 1930s hot rod. Yeah, that sounds pretty scary actually. But it's cool that we have that, so if you want to get through some racing, you can do so. Going here, oh, and I can't really see. Oh geez, we're gonna crash. Yeah, I didn't really reset the camera, unfortunately. How's the damage look? I don't think we got too much, did we? Oh wow, we actually did get a lot more than I thought. Of course, this is a much older vehicle, so it's probably and definitely a bit more fragile. But yeah, it looks really nifty. Is this the one? Whoopsies. Oh, yeah, so this is a configuration that has modern parts to where that actually have a turn signal option. So left signal, right signal. I think it also has hazards too. Oops, just press the wrong button. Yep, it does have hazards. Okay, it didn't really show. I think the years were actually the same, weren't they? Yes, yeah, it was. That's interesting. I'm gonna show two more hot rods here. So you have a good noodle, got a resto mod right here, and then a drag van as well. Well, that's more of a drag vehicle, but the Hot Beams Custom has some interesting things about it. For one, it doesn't have any outside door handles, and I was really confused about this at first, but supposedly this configuration is based off of a Hot Wheels car, and I'm not sure if this is correct, but it might be based off of the Pass and Gasser vehicle. I'm not really sure, again, like I said, but some of the I think one version of that Hot Wheels car has the flames or something like that. I don't think they started from here, but I think they were like right around here or something. But that's kind of cool. So yeah, I don't know how you would get in this vehicle actually. Maybe you would use something similar to maybe like a monster truck where you'd use like a button. Oh, and behind us we can actually see some wooden paneling here. Some stuff is stripped out. Again, we actually have some blocks as well. Yeah, I think you have to break the windows to get in. I'm not really sure. Oh, there we go. Got the racing wheel. All that cool stuff, and of course we have a very interesting one here. And if you're a fan of a certain rock band from Texas, you probably might recognize this vehicle. Yeah. Sharp-dressed speedster. Yeah. It is inspired by ZZ Top, specifically the vehicle they have on their albums Eliminator and Afterburner. And I would assume that this is a very fast configuration. We'll probably check. Wow, look at the rear end on that thing. Like I said, I would be a little bit scared to drive this, especially one that's this fast. I'd probably be careful, but I don't know. I'd be very, very scared too, because again, older car that is very fast, doesn't have a lot of safety features compared to more modern vehicles. Yeah, I'd be very apprehensive, everyone. I'd love to see ZZ top-inspired vehicle here. Or configuration, I should say. Well, that was kind of sketchy. And as you probably saw, we also have a drag version. And we also have some junk versions too. And some customized versions. So junk rod, big bed jalopy here. We have some one that's for bootleggers, I guess you can say, for making moonshine. Then we got the very beefy looking pickup Overlander, which kind of interesting. Would this be considered the off-road version? I don't know if it would be good for something like Jungle Rock Island. I might check that in a little bit here, maybe. Future part. But, oh well, we're already at 25 minutes. Wow. Maybe I'll make a cut early or something like that. But yeah, it's a little bit of the Ruckle 9. Again, very fun vehicle to use. Would I buy one if back in the day? I don't know, maybe. I mean, if this is a vehicle that was around at the time, probably. There's some really interesting headlights you can add to this vehicle. You go to front, no, not that one. What grill? No. Oh, it's on the fenders, yeah. So if we go to the front left fender, we go to left headlight, we can put on googly left headlight. We'll do the same thing for the other one. Do a second. Again, right front fender, right headlight, googly right headlight. Oh, and this is a new UI regarding the vehicle configuration, and it looks quite nice. But if you want the old one, well, you click this button here, you'll be able to go to the old one. So yeah, here's what the old one is. And though I am used to the old version, like I've been using it for a while, the new one does look quite nice. It does seem like it's a little bit maybe more spacious, more organized. I don't know. But yeah, look, we have some googly eyes on this Ruckle 9 here, and they actually do interact when you actually drive, or when you let the vehicle, when you tip it over. Also when you brake it, like so. Oh, yep, I broke the headlight. That one didn't break. Oh, that one actually I knocked off. Yeah, when they're broken, let me actually lift this up here. Oops, this thing is not lifting up. Come up. There we go. I'm in the wrong direction. Don't muffle how easy it'll be to see it. But yeah, it broken off. It also shows an X. Now, if we were to turn on the lights, even though technically they actually are already on. In fact, if we go to environment, go to night, you can see it looks like they're shining a light. It looks like they are on, but they don't really shine a light. You can see, yeah, no light is shown. But one thing that's really funny is, I'm actually going to put this back to noon. If we turn on the lights, get out the menu here, turn on the lights, we can have eyebrows appear. So this is the low beams, where both eyebrows are straight across and one is higher than the other. When we have the high beams on, they're angry eyes. And when we turn on the horn, eyes turn red. And you know, I do wonder if these headlights are actually based off of from a cartoon called Perils of Penelope Pitstop, where the vehicle that the heroes use, I think they were called the Antomob. Basically, it was like a sentient old truck that kind of looked like this, and yeah, it had eyes. So, of course, it was a very fast vehicle, but I don't know. I'm not sure if that's what it was inspired by or not, but very funny to see it be used for this mod. Or mod. Used for this vehicle. Why did I call it a mod? I don't know, maybe I keep thinking of the Arega Heron mod, because that's kind of what this, that vehicle looked like. Maybe like a old Ford Model T or an old Chevy vehicle. Can't remember. Yeah, it's a Bruckle 9. Really cool. Maybe old, but let me tell you, I love seeing an old vehicle. And I'm sure a lot of us absolutely love seeing this too. Alright everyone, this is Adam. This footage you're about to see was actually made after I finished recording what I thought was everything I needed to record for this video set, but I actually forgot to mention something about the Bruckle 9, and it is regarding the tires. So one thing I did, and actually I'm going to go back here and turn on my custom.pc configurations, because I made a couple configurations for the Bruckle 9, and well, at the time of that I made them, a thumbnail wasn't actually the part of the game that creates a thumbnail for each configuration. Yeah, it actually didn't work for some reason, but I think it's fixed. But I decided to make some configurations, and we're going to take a look at ones that are related to the wheel covers for the Bruckle 9. So I'm going to load up one that is regarding the coupe. Now, a cool thing you can do with the Bruckle 9, which I would not recommend anyone do for a vehicle like this, is to add the wheel covers. And these covers are basically, let me load up a configuration that has something like that. 1 second, what is it? So maybe the deluxe sedan here. Did the normal sedan have it too? No, it didn't. So for the deluxe sedan, you may notice that you have a spare tire here, and these are the wheel covers for them. Well, believe it or not, you can actually add it to the main wheels on this vehicle. And it might be thinking, oh, that looks kind of weird actually. And some might think it's cool. And yeah, it does look cool if the car is standing still. But if you were to drive something like this, where you have the wheel covers on the Bruckle 9, well, let's just say that you would actually be pretty much driving on ice. Now, fortunately, whoopsies, maybe I have to do this in realistic. Now, fortunately, we are driving the coupe, basically the coupe configuration with its wheel covers, just a custom configuration. But if we were to drive a vehicle that had that had much more power, it would be actually a lot more scary to drive, because you're basically drifting all over the place and you can't really control it too well unless if you're going very slow like this. And yes, I actually made a couple iterations of the hot rod. I think it was I can't remember what it was called. It was like the first hot rod in the list of hot rods in the configuration the vehicles. Like well, I don't know if you would be able to drift with this vehicle, but yeah, you're basically sliding all over the place. And the reason why is because the point of contact of the wheel covers is metal. So yeah, you're all over the place. But it is kind of fun to drive and fun to try to control. Oh, by the way, the brakes, yeah, they're not that good. Not that good at all. Let me actually go back here to first gear. So yeah, maybe I'll bring out a hot rod configuration here that I made that has the wheel covers, because it is absolutely terrifying to drive these wheel covers. And let me actually put the parking brake on. The Bruckle 9. Now, I actually made 3 versions of the wheel covered hot rod. I did one with, let me see here if I can find them, they're kind of hard to see. I made one that had the front wheels covered, which is this one. I'll load it up here. Again, the thumbnails are weren't working at the time for the thumbnail generator. As you can see here, we have covered wheels in the front and the normal wheels in the back. At least I think those are the normal wheels. When I was making these configurations, I had to look up what the wheels were for the hot rod. And where was this called again? Oh, 1 second, everybody. Just gonna check. The Sundown Coupe is the one I think I used. Or was it? No, it was this one because the Sundown Coupe does not have the its top piece here. So if you were to take a hot rod and put wheel covers on the front wheels, what would you get? Well, you would actually get something that is really, really, really strong when it comes to understeer. Because for now, it looks like we're doing fine, but if we were to try to spin, well, actually, maybe I'm wrong on this, actually. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. When I last tried out this configuration, I actually... well, I don't know where we're going right now. I actually struggled to steer. But it looks like... Let me reset here. Looks like the steering is not too bad. Well, as bad as it would be, something like this. Again, I would be very terrified to drive... Whoops, and we went right over a rock. Yeah, there's no way we're getting over that. Oh, just barely. Just barely. Yeah, our steering is busted. But yeah. Looks like the steering is actually okay on this thing. I thought it was actually very, very strong on the oversteer, but no, it's actually okay. You would probably still have to be careful because you do have better brakes, but compared to a normal Ruckle 9 that does not have wheel covers, yeah, or wheel covers on its wheels, yeah. Or tires, I should say. Yeah, it's not really fun, but I would say this one's actually kind of manageable. You just have to be careful. Now, what about the opposite, where we have the... Let me do the parking brake on here. What if we have the normal tires in the front, that are not covered, but the rear tires are ones that are covered? Well, we have to find it. If I can find it, let's see. Local Roadster. No, that's not it. Fronts. This is rear. Oh, here it is. And I need to update these thumbnails. So for this one, it's the opposite. The front wheels are the normal hot rod front wheels, and the rear wheels are the covered ones. And yes, these covers are only they only fit the, well, I don't know what they are actually. Let me check on what type of wheel size this is, because obviously there are no wheel covers for the hot rod wheels. You want to say Hot Wheels. Let's see here. So front suspension. Rear suspension, excuse me. Go to rear wheels, I believe. Yeah, it's the 17x4 Bruckle Glide rear wheels, and these are the colorful ones, and I believe this is the right one because, yeah, these are this type of size gives you the vintage wheels. But yeah, you don't see one for the front wheels here, because if we take a look at the front suspension for the front wheels, yeah, it looks like it's the same size, but if we go to the front tires, yeah, these are very thick tires. These are very, very thick wheels. Yeah, they're more smaller, aren't they? Yeah, but they're more thick. These are more thicker than those. So yeah, we don't have a wheel cover for these wheels here, but or tires, I should say. Well, wheel covers is what they're called. But anyway, how about this vehicle? How about this version of the Bruckle 9? Well, this one is constantly oh yeah, I forgot about that. Oh goodness. Yeah, it's actually even worse when it comes to oversteer. Like the previous one, it does have some oversteer, but it's I guess okay. But this one is even worse because the power is only going to the rear wheels on this vehicle, at least I think. Let me check actually. I might be completely wrong on this. Lift this up if we accelerate. Yeah. It's only to the rear wheels. So yeah, we are basically doing drifting all over the place. Oops, and yeah, and we're actually doing spinning out. And of course, this has a lot of power in it, so trying to control this is really, really scary. And it's even worse. And of course, for those who are wondering, well, what about one that has all wheels covered? Well, I guess I'll show you real quick here. All wheels covered is right here. Yeah, I wanted the color to be kind of a black color, even though I actually don't mind that color there. But yeah. This one is probably the worst one because no traction at all. It's basically similar to the previous one, except you basically can't really save yourself at all unless you really go slow. And unless if you were really careful on the throttle, which I actually know someone who was able to control this when I shared it with them, and they did it really good on it. But yeah, for me, if you go like this, and you're careful with the throttle, and you probably have to be much more careful than this, but maybe like at 20 or something like that, you could easily control this. High speeds? No, not so much. Yeah, this is something that you can do with Bruckle 9, and I'm really glad you can do this, because it's actually kind of ridiculous, but awesome at the same time. But yeah, please don't actually try this on a vehicle in real life that has this type of style or type of design, because you will probably die and probably get arrested maybe, I don't know. But yeah, please don't try this in real life with this type of car, okay everyone? Alright. Yeah, that's the I don't know if I'll make this a separate video. It probably won't be a separate video, but this will probably be part of the 0.34 update video set that I'll make for BeamNG.drive's. So yeah, we will continue on from this moment here.